Inter Miami has come back to Chase Stadium and they take on DC United. And we were all wondering, is Messi going to play this game? Is Messi going to play this one? Well, Inter Miami, a couple hours before, they said the GOAT is back. So that pretty much confirms, yes, Messi did play and he was going to come back and play in this one. And yes, he did. And let's just say Messi, he was pretty good. He was shaking off a lot of players in DC United. DC United players. Bono versus Calendar and the goalkeeping. I don't know why ESPN commentary is horrible. It's not show me a lot like it used to. So in the first half, Inter Miami had that passing turnover problems like they did against Orlando City. It kind of had that carryover from Wednesday, like we all saw at the vlog. So DC, as resilient as they are, we got former Inter Miami player Christopher McVeigh was trying to get stuff in. Then there will be yellow cards happening in the first half. You got Steve Birnbaum, Benteke, Mateus Rojas all getting a yellow card, each of those from fouls, and Christopher McVeigh as well in the second half, as well as more in stoppage time later in the game. I don't know why it's not showing me anything, so I'm just gonna tell you what I saw because I did go to this game. So expect the vlog tomorrow night because it has to be in preparation. But yeah, in the game alone, I see Inter Miami having that pass and turnover problems. DC was trying to get to the goal. Then they create some set pieces. Referee whistles were a little bit wonky, but nothing where it becomes costly. Then when we had our chances, we had corner kick set pieces, and they were not that good. They were not good corner kicks at all. They always had the header from the different direction. Then when we get close, Bono was there, but Drake Calendar, being the best goalie as best goalkeeper as he is, keeps the game alive for Inter Miami. Then in the 20th minute, a monsoon happened. So in the game, where you normally see on television, it looked like it was just one of those, foggy type of thing, but no. It poured. It poured like it was a total downpour monsoon in the game when the 20th minute did happen, and it lasted for about 8 minutes, and it felt like eternity being there. I'm still have this jersey soaked just by being out there, but I did not cower out. When I was there at the game, I saw a lot of folks go for shelter in the stadium. And the rain comes down harder. I was out there. My friend was out there as well. We're getting drenched. My jersey was soaked. My socks. It was horrible. It feels like it became water balloons. But I did not cower my way to the tunnel. I stayed in. I stayed out in the seats, and my actions will prove it because I recorded it all. And what I saw during the monsoon was Messi juking DC United players to get the opportunity to pass through the ball to the middle of the field. Imagine what Messi would have done if he scored that goal during the monsoon. That would have been awesome. But neither team was able to get one in, and I think DC was closer to get one in. And then around the 28th minute to 29th minute, the rain finally was starting to light up. So it was actually more comfortable. So for the rest, it was mainly like a turnover problem. DC almost getting a goal, but Inter Miami also trying to get a goal. Then there'll be some yellow cards, like I said. Mateus Rojas getting a yellow card off a foul. And then pretty much we go to halftime, leading nothing. the score would be 0-0 from the rest of the game on. Then the second half comes a couple of minutes after that. By the way, before we even continue with the game, I want to point out that there was I kind of jinxed it. So in halftime, remember, when I told you about the monsoon, it stops. Then in the halftime, I was talking about it was pouring. This is what I think of all this and blah blah blah. And I was like, let's hope it doesn't happen again. As soon as I said that, another monsoon rain came down during halftime. It was pouring. It was pouring in that stadium. I was expecting a weather delay, but it did not happen. And by the time the Inter Miami players came out, the rain stopped. I'm not joking. I am not joking. So the game starts again. We have a yellow card from Christopher McVeigh off a bad foul. There will be injury. There will be some injuries. There we go. In the 64th minute, where Ferrer gets hurt, he wind up not continuing from this game. He had to be subbed off, and Kristoff had to come in. Robert Taylor comes in for Kamashi. Into Miami, still trying to find some chances. Messi's trying to find some chances. Suarez too. Bono was pretty good. But every single time Inter Miami turns the ball over, DC would go on a counter. And Drake Callender, the best goalkeeper he possibly can, stays in it for Inter Miami. He is I'm so blessed to have him on our team. He made great saves somewhere in the 76th minute. I believe, as far as I remember, because I'll show you. I'm not lying when I say this. Look at ESPN. It's horrible. It's horrible what's going on with this. So next time this happens, I'm just going to go to the MLS site. I don't care. But that's what. But I'm telling you what I saw when I was at the game. I saw Drake Callender making some excellent saves. I also saw that DC United almost continuously trying to take the lead for DC, and they either have run into Drake Callender, or they just barely miss, especially off the set piece corners. And that will continue on through stoppage. There will be an injury. There will be another injury in the 89th minute with Martin Rodriguez. And Martin Rodriguez had to come off. It was a pretty nasty injury. Hopefully he's okay. So they said 7 minutes of stoppage at this time. So it would be a lot more, considering A, substitutions, B, injury. And then this happened. So in the 93rd minute stoppage, Campana comes in for Mateus Rojas. And the ball was passed to Campana. The very first touch Leo Campana has, he buries it. He takes the lead, and that will wind up being a game-winning goal at stoppage time for Inter Miami. Not Leo Messi, but Leo Campana is the hero for Inter Miami tonight. And they have beaten DC United for the rest of the game, as they would hold on. Drake Callender with some great, amazing saves. DC United keep making mistakes as they keep kicking the ball out of bounds, or the last touch that goes out of bounds to make a goal kicks, which proves to be fatal. But Campana buries it in a 94th minute stoppage. He takes off his shirt, and he gets a yellow card, but he does not care. I mean, that was just absolutely amazing thing to see. And in that crowd, in the video, I screamed, finally. All these chances, all the Messi free kicks, and yeah, Messi had like 2 or 3 free kicks, 2 of them in the first half, and both times the free kicks went straight to the wall. So all that, everything that went on with this game, it all comes down to Campana, and then he does it in a dramatic fashion, and the play was onside too. The crowd went electric. We all went electric. It was absolutely amazing to see. So for the rest of the game, DC were playing desperation mode. Miami's defense was good enough. Drake counters making some saves. He holds on for a little bit longer, kicks it, and then does it again. DC makes a mistake, and it turns out to be the goal kick. And that's it, folks. Inter Miami wins this one 1-0 over DC United. Hopefully Ferreira is okay for the next game. Martin Rodriguez for DC. Hopefully he's okay. As Inter Miami picks up where they left off from last week with a win. And their unbeaten streak continues at 7. So the winning streak may have come to a close, but the losing streak has not come just yet, folks. And I'm so grateful we were able to witness it. We saw a MONSOON. We saw Messi play. We saw a game winner and stoppage. It was just absolutely amazing. This was fun to watch. I mean, well, for the most part, I think majority of the game was pretty infuriating and frustrating to watch, especially when I'm at the game, hoping for something. But eventually it did happen, as Leo Campana was the hero tonight for Inter Miami. Now let's look at the statistics, as at least they give statistics right here. As 66.1 possession is dominated by Inter Miami, with DC only 33.9. I don't know. I think I might disagree with that one. I think DC had a fair amount of possession time as well. Although, to be fair, Inter Miami did try to have some moments of set pieces. Inter Miami, all this game, which is why it was so infuriating to what I said, only had 2 shots on goal. Only one was saved by Bono. And the other one, well, you know what happens with Campana. DC had 3 shots on goal. All of them were saved by counter, and especially one was an absolute critical save. 15 shot attempts for DC, only 8 shot attempts for Inter Miami. 8 fouls for Inter Miami, 14 fouls for DC, which I don't know. I think it was less than that, to be honest with you. The referees were kind of all over the place with the whistles or non-whistles. It was pretty... 2 yellow cards for Inter Miami. One was Rojas, the other one was Campana. And the other 4, one of them was McVeigh, former Inter Miami player. No red cards at all. 4 corner kicks for Inter Miami. Most of them were kicked by Messi. 3 corner kicks for DC, and all those were conceded. And I already said it from the shots on goal, with 3 saves and 1 save. 3 saves for Inter Miami and 1 save for DC. Overall, Inter Miami keeps the unbeaten streak alive, as I believe they still remain first place in the Eastern Conference. They have 31 points right now. 31 points. That's 3 less than the whole season alone from last season, when they only had 34. I'm not joking. Last season, they only managed to get 34 points. We're at 31 points. We need 1 more to tie that record from last season, and there's only 19 games left of the season. So that is awesome to see. Absolutely beautiful to see for Inter Miami, and as they continue to be as dominant as they possibly can. As they got another win at this one, folks. As they take this one 1-0 over DC, pretty big win. I do want to point out, FC Cincinnati, they don't lose. They have not lost in a while. They almost have the identical record from us. The only difference is they have the same amount of wins, same amount of losses, but we have 1 more draw. That's why we're still in first place. Otherwise, they probably would be in first. Although actually, now that I think about it, the goal differential is different. So there's that as well. But my point here, if we lost this game in Cincinnati, because Cincinnati did win this one, they would have been in first place. Just so everyone's aware of that. So, Inter Miami's next match is next week. It's a West Coast game between Inter Miami versus the Vancouver Whitecaps. Yes, Vancouver Whitecaps, and at Vancouver, British Columbia. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to do it for this one. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe for content, because Miami TV guys are back. And when it does, he'll be right there with the entertainment you deserve. Tomorrow night, be sure to tune in on this channel for an Inter Miami vlog, episode 7. As I did attend this game, and I had a lot of, and we took quite a few pictures, including my personal favorite of the night of the picture taking. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it. Miami TV. Sign off, folks. Audio.